Every summer, as soon as school was out, I spent nearly every day with Grandpa down on the docks of our little Oregon fishing village. The harbor was always alive, boats rocking gently, gulls overhead, and that salty breeze carrying the smell of cedar, fresh crab, and the Pacific. To everyone else, it was just a working harbor, but to me, it was magic. That evening had been one of our best. The crab pots full, boats tied safely to the dock, the whole place glowing like it had been painted in gold. Grandpa leaned against the railing, smiled, and said, "Some days, the sea is extra generous." I thought our work was finished. I couldn't have been more wrong. Without warning, two enormous seagulls dove straight into our crab boxes. Both grabbed the same crab, and suddenly the quiet evening erupted into feathers, flapping wings, and loud squawking arguments. The poor crab snapped its claws, refusing to surrender. Within seconds, dozens of seagulls filled the sky. Grandpa was laughing so hard I thought he might fall into the water. And then, everything changed. A giant brown pelican appeared, gliding silently through the golden sky. He folded his wings, dropped right into the chaos, and snapped up the crab in one motion. The seagulls scattered in all directions. For a moment, the whole harbor held its breath. I waved my arms and shouted as loud as I could. Grandpa joined in, laughing the entire time. Whether we startled the pelican or if the crab pinched his bill, I'll never know. But suddenly, the great bird's beak opened, and the crab splashed back into the harbor. I cheered like we just won a championship. Beneath the dock, another world waited. Sunlight danced through green water. Fish flashed between pilings. Kelp swayed with the tide. The crab paddled as fast as it could, two curious sea otters rushing in to investigate. But hidden among the rocks, another pair of eyes had already chosen dinner. The wolf eel struck so fast that only a swirl of bubbles remained. Almost instantly, the surface exploded with seagulls, grabbing for tiny scraps, their calls echoing. Then the pelican returned, landing proudly on an old piling. With one mighty flap, the startled gulls filled the sky once more. And right in the middle of it all, three sea otters popped their heads out of the water, staring straight at Grandpa and me, chattering as if trying to explain everything that just happened. I pointed in amazement. Grandpa just smiled. Then he looked down at me and lifted me high into the evening sky. I stretched out my arms like I was flying with the gulls. Below us, the wet wood shimmered, otters floated nearby. The harbor settled back into calm. The sun slipped behind distant rocks, painting everything gold one last time. People sometimes ask me how many crabs we caught that summer. The truth is, I don't remember. But I'll always remember that sunset, that little harbor, and the wonderful man who taught me that every day on the Oregon coast becomes a story if you just take the time to look.